I just went through a couple meetings where I didn't have any objective. I went in with the intent to just catch up or to just chat to see how the businesses are. And there are definitely times where that's useful. When you're just getting to know somebody, or you just want to learn more about what they're doing to see if there's any fit, there is a point to that that is useful. But if you're meeting with people that are of high quality, they're usually very busy, and you don't want to mess with their time. So every time you ask for a meeting, or you set a meeting, or you plan something, some activity together, make sure you are clear on the objective of that activity. I don't care if you're in a sales meeting or a sales call and you're trying to get the sales manager, whoever it is, into a meeting. Be clear about what it is you're going to talk about in the meeting. It is so important that you both know what the end result, what the objective is by the time you reach the end of the meeting. And if you don't have that in place, there's no way you can structure what you're going to say, which usually I'm better at going off the cuff. But if you don't have an objective, then the conversation just ends and you've reached no further point than you had before. So make sure you have an agenda that you both are clear on and you both know what you're getting into. The last two meetings that I've had were set with no agenda, and it failed miserably. And I I know better to not do that, but I just it happened, and they failed miserably. What happened was the conversation just went from, there was one person, the first meeting was with somebody who I'd known for a long time, had talked to him in about a year or so, and I said I just wanted to connect, just update, see what's going on. And frankly, I'm not saying the meeting was a waste. We definitely had a great conversation. We learned a lot of extra things, but I didn't go in with an objective. I didn't go in with an intent to accomplish something. And as a result, we didn't accomplish that step that we didn't, plan for. So as a result, we're now no further along in whatever path you're trying to reach than we were before the meeting. So that's a failure in my mind in the business world. So the second meeting I just had it this morning actually. There was no objective on my end, and there was an objective on their end, and there were, we'll call it, two different objectives. So we weren't clear on exactly what we were doing there. And in fact, halfway through the meeting, they asked us, what is it that you're here for? Why are we talking? And my response was, we're here to figure that out. And although in some cases, as I said, it's okay to do that. It's okay to have, to leave some room. You definitely should leave some room, but have at least one objective, one walk away that is useful. So that as long as you cover X base, then you've accomplished your goal. So just make sure you set agendas. Make sure you have something set. I'm not saying you have to go crazy and write out a whole script that you want to say, or a whole line item list. I would never do that personally, but it's happened to me. I've had a meeting with a client, and they were a small bank, and they had written out this whole agenda, by 5 minutes, 10-minute segments, and I walked in having no idea that this existed, that they had prepared for that. And it made me look unprepared. But regardless, since they set the objective, it allowed us to follow a structure and have a very clear path to what our objective was. So make sure you have that. Trust me, it is so much better. It's so much more efficient when you have objectives and you know what you're looking for. And I don't think I can say objectives anymore. I'm at the end of my objective capacity. So have an awesome day. Hope this was useful. Be great.